Hey guys, welcome to this week's Take 5. Really excited to be looking at the book of Ecclesiastes together. We're in chapters 1 and chapters 2, and it's part of 3 wisdom texts in the Bible. You've got Proverbs, you've got Job, and you've got this book Ecclesiastes, which is a bit of a different style book to any other book in the Bible. It's kind of like coming at it from like I've experienced all these things, an experimental point of view. Let me tell you, this is what life is like. It goes through all these kind of like, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this, all these different things, and the writer is kind of a bit morbid, actually. It's a bit depressing. The book starts by saying these words: meaningless, meaningless, utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. But it's really important before we start. I want to say that there's a wording here that we need to understand, which is the Hebrew word is called hevel, which is the word we use in the text is meaningless, but it doesn't actually mean meaningless, which is a bit of an unusual thing. It doesn't mean meaningless. Anyway, hevel is the Hebrew word which means lots of different things, and it kind of meant something different back when we used the phrase or coined the phrase meaningless. And so the word hevel actually, if we look at it in the Hebrew, it's kind of like, it talks about like it being like a haze or a vapor, something that you can see but that you can't grab hold of. And so it's kind of like, and actually in other passages it doesn't necessarily mean that. It kind of has nuances, it kind of has different meanings at different points. And so sometimes it means haze or smoke, vapor, something that you can see you can't grab hold of. Sometimes it means temporary or fleeting. So the concept of meaningless is like it's temporary, it passes, it comes, it goes, it's fleeting. And then there's another turn of phrase for this word hevel. Sorry to offload all this on you, but it's important to understand these things. Is also a bit like meaningless, but it's kind of like hevel, like a false god, is empty, it's shallow. So not only is there a translation which is like smoke, something that you can see but you can't grab hold of, there's another meaning which is like it's temporary, it's passing, it's fleeting. And then there's another thing which is this idea of like it's false, it's hollow, it's like a false idol, it's empty, it's meaningless. So all those things are wrapped up in the Hebrew word, and the idea is that it's kind of like there's a glitch in the system, that the writer of the text in Ecclesiastes is saying, look, sometimes wisdom in the Proverbs is like good things happen to good people, right? Bad things happen to bad people. But actually he's saying, but sometimes good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people. It's hevel. And so the kind of, where do we go with all this? And I think it's really important to understand what is the core message that the writer is trying to say. And I believe that he's saying, actually, all of life's highs and lows, all of the ups and downs, we gain real meaning. What can we really grab hold of when we center our life in God, in Christ? When we grab hold of God in our need, in our desperation. Like we can grab hold of money, we can try and grab hold of fame, we can try and grab hold of power or whatever it looks like affirmation in your job, but it's like hevel, it's meaningless, it's empty. You can't really grab hold of it. Whereas God, if you build your life on Him, if you keep His commandments, if you have the fear of the Lord, then you'll be able to grab hold of something that's lasting, not temporary or fleeting, but something that stands forever. And so without God, life is empty. Without God, life is meaningless. Without God, if we don't grab hold of God, if we don't center our life on God, then life becomes meaningless. It's hevel. It's like you try and grab hold of it and you can't really catch hold of it. And we find meaning and fulfillment. We find true meaning and fulfillment in God. And so I pray for you today. Maybe you feel like you've been let down, or you're kind of like questioning, why do bad things happen to good people? And as you read the text, you're like, actually, life is really temporary. There's a beautiful, I'm going to read it because it's kind of like poetic, and I love a little bit of poetry. So here I'm going to read from chapters 1, verses 6 to 7. It says this: the wind blows to the south, turns to the north, round and round it goes, ever turning on its course. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place the streams come from, there they return again. So it's kind of got this idea of just like life is like going round in circles. Without God at the center, it's just like a roundabout. It's like this horrible ride that we just keep going round and round and round. It's hevel. And so I'd encourage you today just to anchor yourself, grab hold of God in your desperation, in your need, wherever you find yourself, in your high and low moments today. There is an anchor, there is a center point, and he is available, he's accessible to you. I hope you're encouraged by that, and be blessed. Thanks for listening. Bye.